delicious Singapore hawker food at Chinatown Complex Food Centre. Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today, we are still at Chinatown Complex Food Centre and we are exploring all the delicious good foods that you can find here, like this plate of carrot cake, which is mainly radish. Then we will have some chicken rice, some Hainanese chicken rice, and then another rice dish with lots of curry. And lastly, we are going to splurge, we are going to eat lots of desserts, Chinese traditional desserts. So join me after the intro as we will do all that I mentioned earlier. Welcome back. So, we are at Chinatown Complex Food Centre, a food centre with more than 250 food stalls. And what we're going to do is, there's just so much good food here that we need to explore, we need to spend some time at this food centre. And to do that, you just need to join me for my videos that I will make about this place. So if you're interested in that, what are you waiting for? Come on, join me for a walk. I will show you around this place. Or maybe not show you around this place, I will just show you the good food that you can find here. Isn't that a better idea? And so, the first food we're having today at our food adventure here will be from this store called Wang Wang. As you can see from on top there, they sell a lot of noodle dishes, fried noodle dishes, and also carrot cake. So I decided to try their carrot cake. Yes, there's no rhyme or reason to what I ordered. So this carrot cake here is the small portion, which cost me $3. It's the white carrot cake with chili. And first of all, you look at the carrot cake here. It does look nice. And this carrot cake here is a very nice blending of egg and radish that they use to make the cake. And they also put in lots of chai po, or the preserved vegetable, onto the carrot cake here, which gives it lots of flavor. It has a very nice, soft consistency or texture to this carrot cake as you eat it, which I quite enjoy. So basically, what you have when you eat this carrot cake is you have a very nice, savory, eggy, and then you have the mild radish taste, and it's spicy, but also a very comforting, homey taste that comes from this carrot cake, which I enjoy a lot. So if you like carrot cake, this is a good carrot cake to try. And another store here that has a long queue during lunchtime that drew my attention is this shop called 169 Hainanese Chicken Rice. And here they sell Hainanese Chicken Rice as according to the store. And you can also see the menu there, and also you can see in the window here all the chickens and the head and the spine of the chickens that were sacrificed to the food gods. So what I ordered here, I actually ordered a set which cost me $4.50. So what it came with some bean sprouts, some chicken, rice, and a bowl of soup. First of all, the chicken rice here is nice, fragrant chicken rice. It's a bit firm, but still a very nice chicken rice. I quite like the chicken rice. Then the meat they gave me for the chicken was mainly breast meat. So sometimes breast meat is not the best meat because it's not as flavorful. And what they do is at the bottom there's actually a nice soya sauce that they pour on the chicken. Then the bean sprouts. The bean sprouts here, they just blanch it into water and just put it on the plate. So the bean sprouts here doesn't have enough seasoning in the bean sprouts. So the bean sprouts here, so I suspect if you come to eat here, avoid the set. Avoid the vegetables that comes together with the set because they don't really do much to the vegetables. Just order the chicken and the rice. The chicken here is okay. It's still tender. It's still soft, especially the part with the skin on top of it, but not much skin. And overall, I find this chicken rice nothing to shout about. Nothing that I would come back over and over to eat. But if you are hungry for Hainanese chicken rice, this will scratch the itch. And another store that also has a queue during lunchtime is this shop with a very fantastic name called Dragon Village Hainanese Curry Rice. Yes, Dragon Village. You can just imagine a village full of dragons walking around doing village stuff. Anyway, so like I said, this place here during lunchtime, they draws a queue, and when you look at the food, you can see bright colors, very appetizing colors, something that attracts the eye and stimulates the appetite with lots. Look at that. Look at the colors here. Browns, greens, reds, and at the bottom here, even more items. We have curry, we have stewed items, we also have stewed meatballs, some vegetable, some tofu, and then at the corner here, chicken feet. Yes, chicken feet. Unfortunately, I didn't have any craving for chicken feet that day, so I just ordered this dish here, which in total cost me $4. And I must say, it is a very brown plate. I didn't know why, but somehow that day, the color scheme for my food was brown. What you have here, you have an item, okay, at the bottom there, you have tofu skin on the right, then on the left, you have actually curried vegetable, and then on the top, you have a pork chop, and then right beside it is stewed Japanese tofu. And the hallmark or the signature of Hainanese curry rice is they actually pour extra curry on top of this dish onto your rice. So that's make it Hainanese curry rice. And the Hainanese curry, the curry they pour on top, is good. A very nice, flavorful, delicious curry. But this curry here is slightly more peppery than spicy, but still very flavorful, goes very well with the rice. And like I said, this dish cost me $4. So for one meat, one vegetable, and two tofu, $4 is actually quite cheap. Then you also have the pork chop at the top there, which is good. It has a nice crunchy crust, which is good. The tofu, the Japanese tofu was okay. The curry vegetable was also okay. It's flavored well. The curries go through, penetrates the vegetable. The tofu skin could be a bit more seasoned, but overall, a very cheap, a very affordable. I know why people come here to eat this, to line up to eat the food here. It is good, affordable, and yummy. And lastly, for dessert, we are coming to this store called 115 Tang Shui, or that's Chinese for dessert. And here they sell desserts, traditional Chinese desserts. And depending on the day you're coming, they have certain items that is available every day, and also certain items that's available only on certain days. And one of those items that's available on certain days is this item here called Bobo Cha Cha. It's a Malay dessert from maybe Malaysia and Singapore, and this dish here is called Bobo Cha Cha. It will cost you $1.90. And what you have here is you have a very nice sweet dessert. The base here is actually coconut milk, and inside there you have a sweet potato, yam, and something very different that other places don't have here. They have some kind of tapioca jelly, which adds a very interesting and different texture to this Bobo Cha Cha. And I noticed with all the desserts here, one of the theme of the desserts here is that it's less sweet than normal store desserts. You can call it something like mildly sweet. And here, this place here, this bubur cha cha, because of its less sweetness, you can actually taste more of the flavors of the coconut milk, the sweet potato and the yam here, and it's actually quite delightful. The next dessert item is here in this bowl, and I know it does look like a bowl of black ink, but it's not. It's a traditional Chinese dessert called black sesame paste, and here it cost me $1.50. And following the theme of this shop here, it's only mildly sweet, and because of that you can taste more of the black sesame taste here. The texture of the dessert here is not as thick as I usually like it, but it's still good. It has a nice black sesame taste, and there's also a slight char to the flavor of the black sesame, which is quite nice. And this is one of the dishes that it's harder to find nowadays because it takes hard work to actually grind up the black sesame to make this paste, and so because of that, a lot of stalls that sell dessert don't normally sell this type of traditional desserts much anymore. From black we go to white now, and the white dessert you see here is actually not milk but almond paste dessert. Yes, almond paste. This is a dessert, another traditional Chinese dessert that you either love it or you hate it, because there's actually a fragrance of flavor here that is, how do I say, a bit floral, but not everybody would like that taste or smell. So because of that, not everybody would like this dessert, but here they make it quite nicely. It is smooth, a bit pasty, and only mildly sweet. Next up to it is barley, which costs $1.50. And here the barley is also not sweet, so you can taste more of the barley flavor, which is a bit malty, which somehow for me, for my own preference, I prefer my barley to be a bit sweeter to mask more of the malty taste, but still a very healthy dessert. And here, like I said, the consistency of the almond paste here is not as smooth, but it's a bit pasty, but still a good dessert. Up next we have another traditional Chinese dessert that is getting harder and harder to find because it takes a lot of effort to make, which is peanut paste dessert. And here it is. It cost me $1.70. What you get is, first of all the desserts, this dessert here is slightly sweeter than the other desserts, but still mildly sweet compared to other places that you eat this dessert. And because of that, less sugar, you can actually taste more of the peanut flavor in the dessert. And here it also has a very nice consistency, a bit thicker than the other desserts, but and still very yummy. And lastly, the last dessert we had from this store is this bowl here. It does look like the previous one, but it's not, even though it is also a nut. Here we have walnut paste dessert, and it cost me $1.90. It's not as thick as the peanut, and also mildly sweet, but still less sweeter than other places that make this dessert. One thing different is, when you taste it, it has a more earthy feel to the dessert, to the nut, more earthy taste. And here, as you can see, it's not as thick, but still a very good dessert. Like I said, I like it because mildly sweet, and because of that, you can taste more of the flavors of the ingredients. And so we just had our just desserts. Yes, just dessert. And so this will bring us to the end of our food adventure. At least this time. Don't worry, there's more coming up. well, you just have to look out for it. So this brings us to the end of this portion of our food adventure at Chinatown Complex Food Centre, where we explored lots of good food. In this video, in the previous videos, and previously all our visits here, you must refer back to our previous videos. There's so much good food here. Anyway, what are you waiting for? Why are you sitting down there? Get up and get to the food center. But before that, don't leave yet. You will need to do me a favor. Please help me by liking my video, sharing my video, and also subscribing to my channel. And lastly, but the most important thing after you eat at the food center is to join me for my next food adventure. I will see you there. Bye bye.